Jessica here with another edition of No Bullshit Reviews, and today I'm reviewing a movie that's very dear to my heart, and I'm so afraid of reviewing it because I'm afraid I'm going to fuck it up. But sometimes you have to have faith in yourself, huh? Let's see, today's movie is The Tracey Fragments with Ellen Page, and just looking at this thing, I mean, you can see in the back. You know, fierce, enigmatic, and affecting. Ellen Page delivers another standout performance. Powerful, emotional, risky piece of filmmaking. Fearless. Now you know you have a movie with balls. And this, let me tell you something. This movie has some huge fucking balls. Now, this is where the hardcore point is. The Tracey Fragments. Now, I went to see this when it came out in 2007 when I was 16, I think. But I have to say, from the first frame and the first words that came out of her mouth affected me. It was like she was speaking for me.
One day, you fall for this boy, and he touches you with his fingers, and he burns holes in your skin with his mouth, and it hurts when you look at him, and it hurts when you don't, and it feels like someone's cut you open with a jagged piece of glass.
Now, here we go. We're in this deep shit. I have to say, the movie had me hooked right after she said this shit. Alright, let's get this basic story down. The Tracey Fragments is about a girl named Tracey, played by Ellen Page, wonderfully and just fearlessly, I have to say. And it starts off with her in a bus, and that's where she speaks those words. And you don't know what happened, and she's covered in this, what's now made into like a little dress, and the cover was a shower curtain. And then she's talking to you, and she's basically talking right into the camera, and she's telling you her story, but she's all over the place. Like you would be if you were really telling a story about, like a couple of days of your life, like a real teenager would be. So, basic story here. I don't think I want to ruin anything, but I might have to ruin some stuff because, like I said, this is going to be some parts because if I'm going to talk about this movie, you got to go deep because there's no other way. So, on the bus, why was she on that bus? Because she took her brother out after she was grounded for dressing in some inappropriate manner. It wasn't really inappropriate, but her father thought it was. And basically, there's a big blizzard coming, but she goes out anyway because I guess it's been a month or something. And her brother follows her. And it sounds funny, but she hypnotized her brother to act like a dog. And this does not happen in a linear, way. It's not linear at all. It's more like memories, and you have to put it together at the very end with your mind. You have to understand it. You really have to use your brain watching this movie, and I think I'm going to insert some clips into this video so you can see what I'm talking about. After that, you see, trying to describe this movie is like you go all over the place, so bear with me. Prior to that, she had met a guy named Billy Zero who she had a crush on. Now, how did she lose her brother? I'm gonna let you go and watch it, but she loses her brother, and then she's all of a sudden on this hunt. She's on the hunt for her brother, and nothing's gonna stop her. She has to get her brother back because she hates her parents. She goes to therapy. They send her to therapy. And her brother is the only thing that she loves. So she takes a couple things of change or whatever the fuck it is from her mother. She hops on the bus and she doesn't look back. And what happens from that time, it's like searching for her brother. She meets this guy named Lance. Shit goes down, and all of a sudden she's running home. And that's basically what happens in the movie without giving away all the good shit. Alright. This movie, I'm gonna use the last, anyway, this movie is not edited in a way that you would expect it to be edited. It's fragments, just like the name suggests. Even though it's based on a book, it is fragments.
No one can make mistakes. Why would I lie? Huh?
Frames. So if, a frame up there, a frame up there, a frame up there. And this serves to kind of give you, kind of pull you into her mind. And we all had that time where we did something really embarrassing and just we keep on repeating it in our minds. It's just on a loop. And you see that sometimes in this movie. Everything that hurts her the most repeats. It's almost like she's being tortured by her own mind. You see her mom go doo, doo, like over and over again on a loop. And you see things that she focuses on and things that she loves, all in these frames. And that's why it's not told cohesively. You're supposed to be in her brain. Okay. Alright. With the great thing about these fragments and the way that they do this movie is that you can just focus on one fragment, one frame, I should say, for the whole movie. And you just do that with every single frame, and you won't see the movie in the same, perspective if you do that for every time you watch it, and you notice different things, and it's like the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, this movie is visually inspiring to me. It really is. It's almost like Hard Candy was to me with the hues used in that movie, except with this movie, it's taken to another level. Like, let's pull you into someone's mind. And of course, in this movie, she has fantasies and beautiful, beautiful scenes towards the end of her and Billy Zero, even though they're not together. They're together in her mind. It's a really complex story. The character is more than unspoken. More than outspoken. She tells you things. She's honest to all God. She's the most honest character you'll ever see. And she rips you. She gets in there and she tears your heart out. She gets in there and she tears your heart out. And that's how much and it makes you take a hard look at yourself. And it says right here, there's a quote from the movie. My name is Tracy Berkowitz, 15, just a normal girl who hates herself. I don't think there's a lot of movies out there that focus on this sort of troubled character. And that's why I think this one is worth picking up. I'm going to go through the special features because I'm running out of time, but I will be back to delve into this just a little bit more. It has behind the scenes interview and footage, which is good because if you're really confused about this movie, it kind of explains things to you. There's a trailer and the refragmented contest, the Tracey refragmented. That was, if you're not familiar with that, Bruce McDonald, the director of this film, decided that he was going to give out raw footage and have people, edit it, re-edit it, and, enter a contest, I think on YouTube or whatever. And the winner is here and, the runner-ups and stuff. And the single frame, a selection of images and behind-the-scenes photographs, which is pretty cool. Some of them are really powerful. And I'm going to be back for, for part 2. Because there's too much to say about this movie. And I think I really got to go in a little deeper. Alright, so stay tuned for part 2.